This is an epic episode.
Happy birthday to you.
Me.
Happy birthday to you.
Me.
You're going to make me sing it all.
Happy birthday to
Jez.
me.
Happy birthday to
me.
you. There we go.
How old are you now?
Oh my goodness.
There's a second verse.
Can we just eat the cake that
Yeah.
I've brought you?
Stuff
You've
the
got
second
candles
verse.
on the cake. Blow them out. Blow them out.
Hang on, I'm going to make a wish.
good grief.
Make a wish. Gosh, should it be psychosocial or pro-social? Should it be monetary or financial? Oh, I know.
Blow.
I get 3 years of good luck or whatever. What's one candle? A year of luck or something? Or
Oh. There's 3 candles, so.
that's really nostalgic, isn't it? Birthday
Isn't it?
candles. It's a different type of candle.
Isn't it?
Kathy, this is lovely.
Oh, well, happy
And
birthday, my
you
darling.
insinuated that you might make birthday cake, but this is a birthday cake to end all birthday cakes.
Oh, well, thanks.
Let's just talk through how gorgeous this looks.
So
We should tilt it up so everybody
this is
can see it.
an blood orange and saffron polenta cake.
I love
And
the smell of
it
polenta cake.
is, please don't take this the wrong way, the work of moments.
Oh. Okay.
You just mix it all up, line the base of a cake tin.
It's an upside down
It's an
cake
upside
thing.
down cake. And then bung it in the oven.
It's gorgeous. I mean, really, really pretty. As
Thank
a cake,
you.
it just looks a bit more,
It's
I don't know, effortful.
It's quite
Even though it's clearly
puddingy
not.
as well. It's clearly, I haven't gone to any effort for you, darling. It's quite dense as well,
God,
which I
cake.
quite like in a cake.
Polenta
Quite
is though, isn't it?
puddingy, good with creme fraiche. Yeah, exactly.
Yes, it flipping well would be good with creme fraiche.
I've got some creme fraiche. Shall I go and get some?
Have you really?
I've brought some with me.
Oh my gosh,
Shall
that
we
would
have
be
some?
it would finish it off, wouldn't it?
would,
I mean,
wouldn't
it
it?
is my birthday.
Back in a mo.
Kathy's going to be back in a mo. While Kathy's away, I'll tell you about my polenta allergy and my night terrors. How lovely! Do you know what?
I'm back. I'm coming back.
I think it's worth it because other brands are available of creme fraiche
Didn't bring a spoon, so
until Yo Valley sponsor us, in which
yeah.
case that is going to be lovely. Thanks. Just a smidge.
Once again, we seem to be just eating.
It's either like those YouTube channels where you watch people doing things that seem entirely pointless but they get millions of views,
Strangely fetishized.
or like that ASMR or whatever they call it. You know, the thing where people
don't know.
listen to the sounds of something.
Of us eating cake.
Oh,
Well, happy birthday.
I've ruined it with the creme fraiche. That is, oh gosh, that is really the denseness. I love that. Oh my word, the saffron.
There we go.
Oh wow.
Oh, thanks. And it's got honey in it as well, which is why I made it for you, giving
Love
you a
honey, yeah.
honey love. As ever, we'll put the recipe on the gram
The saffron gives it such an unusual taste.
in a good
It's,
way. You always
yeah.
say this about my cakes.
Yes, because they're really unusual. They're not what you... It's like I said to you before, it's a bit like... You know how Heston Blumenthal makes like really unusual stuff? So you'll think, oh, scrambled eggs on toast, yummy. And then you eat it and the scrambled eggs is ice cream and the bacon's, I don't know,
Yeah.
beetroot or something. In your head you think of cake, but then when you start eating it, that's Woody in the background.
He
who's
wants
saying,
cake.
Cake? Well, cake sounds nice.
Fair enough.
It sort of is a bit... It's
glad you like it.
surprising.
I'm glad you like it.
Because they're not flavours that you commonly get, are they? These are, they are an unusual flavour. I mean, I would have never thought about putting saffron in a cake.
But orange and
It's for
saffron
paella.
is a lovely combination. And you'd often have, orange in a paella as well. So
Do you?
yeah, sometimes
never
just
put
a
orange
little
in
bit
paella,
of
but-
squeeze of citrus of some sort.
As you were talking about it, I was thinking, well, actually, you get obviously, an awful lot of oranges in Spain, and saffron is used in Spanish cooking, so it sort of would make sense that they go hand
Goes
in
together.
hand.
And polenta, she says. Yes.
Yeah,
Anyway-
probably.
We digress with cake.
They have cake.
What are you doing for your birthday? What's the plan?
Well-
Do you know what you're getting?
I do.
I'm getting my tea, and you're
I'll
going to
tell you-
talk me through your birthday day.
Well, for my birthday this year, I'm buying myself a little present. Quite an expensive present.
Oh, crikey.
Treating myself.
2.
an air insulation system to stop the mould in the house. And that happens to be being fitted on my birthday.
You have all the fun.
I'm uncontrollable.
Let it never be said that Jez doesn't know how to rock and roll.
But I'm not really a big birthday celebration kind of guy. I'm not,
Are you not?
No, I'm not bothered. It's just another day. And
Right.
I take a moment to sort of think, oh, well, that's, I'm grateful I was born. Some people aren't, right? But I'm grateful I was born. Because I've had a lot of responsibility. I didn't get a choice in it. Quit fumbling, here I am, and now the rest of my life I'm responsible for. It seems hardly fair, but so anyway, my favourite birthday is a meal actually with friends. It's my favourite. Like this is like birthday come a bit early.
Excellent.
Because I like spending time with people and sharing company and good food and stuff. I like experiences rather than things.
Yeah. Will you take the day off?
Well, I'd have to because there'll be people crawling around in my cavity. There'll be people. There'll be people crawling around in the loft cavity. I mean, like installing my airflow.
I mean, it's going to be a thrilling day.
So yeah, do you know what I am? I am going to do it. I think it falls on a Monday or no, it won't do, will it? Because it's Monday today. Monday, 27th,
Wednesday,
28th, 29th. There you go, Wednesday. So there. So yeah, I'm not gonna. For Series 6, can we get tables?
Jez has now got a tea in one hand and a cake in the other. And
a lap. That's all I've got. My only options.
What kind of things do you get for your birthday? You were saying experiences or...
I tell people every year not to buy me anything for my birthday because generally, if I want something, I'll go out and get it.
But people like to buy considered presents for people. Don't
they
rob
do.
them of that.
Problem with Rolls-Royce, of course, is there's at least a 9-month wait. My colour preferences change regularly. No, people buy me books. I get tons. I always get books or book vouchers, and I am very grateful for that.
That's a great idea.
Yeah,
do you do audio books or are you a book? I'm the same. I don't understand audio books.
Have
you ever tried it?
Yeah, I like the idea, and I drive a lot and I travel a lot, right? So the idea of an audiobook would be brilliant. And every now and again I'll get into one. I find that the best audiobooks are read by the author of the audiobook. However, most people can't read an audiobook. I find that they narrate in a very annoying, exaggerated, unnatural way. Excuse me. Stephen Fry, I could listen to his voice all day, right? He's a great narrator. I listened to about, 30 seconds of my book I didn't narrate it, and I hated it. Sorry if you narrated my book, but
quite a strange thing to listen to your own work. So do people buy you, they buy you real books, opposed to audiobooks, do they buy you fiction or non-fiction? Do they buy you gardening books?
Yeah, I never read fiction.
What?
Yeah, I don't read fiction. Non-fiction, autobiographies. I love an autobiography or biography. One of my favourites. That's my go-to book always.
Why do you not read? I'm almost speechless.
Do you live in this messed up world? Like you need any more fiction and fantasy in the world? Like it's a waste of time. Really.
Good grief.
Gardening books, wonderful, very useful, practical. I like things that give me more knowledge. And I love reading about other people's lives. That's why I love a good biography and autobiography. But fiction, I can't be doing with... I'm sure. I get it. Other people say to me, I couldn't put the book down and, this character, this thing's going to happen. But I think, like an autobiography really is like a fiction book, isn't it? It's a story of someone's life.
Good grief.
Don't give me an elf or a girl that goes missing in the sea. I just need... I need to know a life story and some interesting things.
Wow, that's a real surprise.
Are you disappointed in me? Is that what this is?
Honestly?
Honestly?
No, it's just unexpected. But okay,
really?
I'm not at all an autobiography person. I tend to read fiction rather than non-fiction.
Okay.
So what kind of non-fiction do you read? It must be about like wildlife and nature, or will you go?
No.
Anywhere.
Jim, I love non-fiction about... that's difficult. So it tends to be Oh God, that is really difficult. Magicians and previous, magic performers. There's some fascinating books on that.
Because for those who don't know, how you couldn't, but Jez is a magician.
Psychology and medicine.
Which you also did.
Yes.
I'm just reliving your previous career.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, I think I'm just clinging on to things I've done previously. So look, here are my two favourites, because we said that we would share favourite books, right?
We did.
And it is impossible for me to choose one book that I like. I mean, when we left the farm, I had just over 3,000 books. I got rid of loads.
And none of them were fiction.
No, none of
Okay,
them.
I'm sorry. I have to get over this.
We're still on the fiction thing. Fiction is this episode's carrot. So there are two. I'm going to start low and then we'll peak.
Okay.
All right? So this one's called How We Die, right? This is my favourite birthday book.
Did somebody buy you that as a birthday present?
No, I bought it for myself as a birthday book. Sherwin Newland. Oh, what is that? Oh, hang on one second. Wait. So Sherwin Newland was a doctor. He's died now, but he wrote this book, which was back then. I think it's 70s. I think.
Okay.
But if you imagine how taboo at the minute, if you talk about dying or death, people, oh God, oh you're so maudlin, and oh gosh, what do you want to talk about that for? And yet. That is exactly what's going to happen to all of us, right? Spoiler alert. 1995 it was written. So even 1995, that's sort of, what's that, 20-something years ago, right? Check out the maths couple here. We were in the bottom of the maths class. That still would have been a pretty, heavy subject for people to talk about.
Yes.
Like, people don't want to know about dying in the Western world. And it's beautiful. It is, it won the National Book Award in the US. It's such a beautiful book because it talks about the practicality of things like, if you die of a heart disease, for example, or a heart condition, that's been there the whole time, just undetected. And if you, and it took, you know what the best thing about this is? I could go on and on about it, but we're going to move on. The best thing about this book is it rationalizes death. So there's a huge section in here where he, as a doctor, says, you know what, I think we over-deliver on the idea of saving people, because people, if they know they are going to die, it's almost like treatment is some sort of hope. But hope for what? Because you're still going to die.
Yeah.
So we're just going to prolong that death. But you're still going to die. I'm not going to save you from it. Mm-hmm. And there's a really interesting point in here about that. So it's a beautiful book. So that's that.
Wow.
And I know there'll be loads of people going,
Please tell me you've got something lighter for the second choice. But
this is it. This is Glennon Doyle's Untamed.
Oh, now I've seen this and I don't know anything about it,
Lots
apart
of people
from
say
that
that
it's a massive bestseller.
Yeah, huge, right?
Yeah.
Huge bestseller.
Yeah.
This is one of the early copies. So, and look, with an animal in it, a bit of an insect thing.
Oh, lovely.
Made a chrysalis. It is eye-opening. Mr. Adorable bought me this, and it's our book that brought us together. It is, it's incredible. It's about one woman's journey to realising what ultimate happiness and what life really is about when you think it's one thing because of a set of social standards you feel you need to fit into, but actually finding real happiness. It makes you realise just how many people there are that go through life that say they're happy or that comfortably put up with things in their life that actually they're not happy with at all.
How interesting.
And so for my birthday, one of the things I did this year is to get rid of everything in the house, every possession that I owned that didn't either bring me joy or was useful or practical in some way.
Who said that?
It's William Morris.
William Morris, isn't it?
And it's liberating.
Wow, you've still got quite a lot of stuff, Jez.
Yeah, I know. I haven't finished, but I'm still looking around going, no, I've done that, no.
Admittedly, most of them are plants, which are only joy.
And most of them are pretty.
Yes, they are. They are indeed.
So that's that.
Those
What's
are
your
great.
favourite book?
I'm sorry, my favourite book is fiction.
You don't have to
It's
apologise.
okay, and I brought it with me.
You just won't read it.
Okay. But this you should read.
Oh, that's fiction.
Called Comfort Farm.
Heard of it.
It's the most glorious book. It's by Stella Gibbon. I particularly like this copy of it, which I got from an Oxfam bookshop, but I really like the cover.
Really
It's really
lovely.
nice.
Blends into the...
Yeah, it
You
blends
can't
into
see
what I'm wearing as
Kathy's
well.
holding.
It's like
Just
blue
it's
on
like
blue.
two hands floating in the air.
So Cold Comfort Farm is, she only wrote a couple of books, and this was like the standout book, and then she wrote a couple of short stories, but she was a bit of a one-hit wonder, which is a shame. And it's about a girl in the 20s who's very posh and loses her parents, who she doesn't know and doesn't love anyway, and has to sort of throw herself on the mercy of distant relatives. And the only distant relatives she can find are the Starcadders, who live in Cold Comfort Farm, and they are the most mawkish, chaotic, spiritual, like absolute hippie lunatics.
Yeah.
And they and it's about the sort of clash between that 1920s Art Deco glamour girl and the just chaos and mud of the farm that she's also set to inherit, and it's hilarious and brilliant, and I read it almost every year.
Okay, here's the deal. For my birthday this year, I'm going to gift myself, as well as the men rummaging around my cavity, I'm going to installing a system that gets rid of the mould. I am going to treat myself to reading Cold Comfort Farm. It will be one of the first, since I was a kid, it will be the first fiction book I've read in, I don't know, 20, probably more than 20 years.
Wow. Are you really going to do that?
Yeah, I absolutely will.
I'm very honoured. I wish I'd
like-
paid more attention to which book I was going to bring now. I'd feel like can I take it back and bring you Pride and Prejudice or something?
I like the
But which would be
idea
up the list?
of getting into a, page turning, ooh, what's going to happen to this character?
I think you'd really like this. It is a page turn, it's very funny, and it's written to be entertaining
I'm
as
not
well.
going to lie,
so.
I'm only going to read it because it's got a picture of a cow on the front and I really love cows. But
Lots of farms in it, you'll love it.
okay, yeah, great. It's right up my street.
My goodness.
So thanks for birthday cake. That was super sweet of you.
My pleasure.
And we're putting the recipe on Instagram so people can bake their own Jez's birthday cake.
We'll put the recipe on the gram, and I'll put some other suggestions for it as well, because you could use blood orange, or you could use, but the season's quite short for blood orange, so you could also use regular orange, or rhubarb is like...
Or raspberries.
Yes, you could use raspberries, why
I would
not?
like raspberries in it
Oh, okay.
for next year.
All right, notes taken.
And rhubarb
Okay,
together with the saffron.
righto.
It's my birthday.
It is. If you read a fiction book, I will make you that cake. Deal?
Okay, deal.
Deal. Shake on it.
Happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday, darling. Is that okay?
So, just to remind you, these are two 100% organic, super gorgeous cotton bags with the slogans that you'll hear a lot. Hello, you lovely lot, and don't touch me. With over 100 quid's worth of really lovely goodies in here. There are some stunning books, there's the tea, there's the Aspel's vinegar, these cute seed ball packets. Those are
I'm
some
excited
of my
about those.
favourites. These
There's
are
my
some
book,
free
there's
tissue
your
paper.
book, there's the lovely Gardener's World Almanac book.
And you can win it. It's entirely yours for free. Or, as we're encouraging people to do this series, is actually to suggest somebody else that might want it. So all you have to do is go to Instagram, at Jez Rose, or at @gluts_gluttony, which is yours, right?
Yeah.
And check out the post. You can see it. It's very obvious. It's the win the bag post. Make sure you follow both @gluts_gluttony and @Jez Rose, and under the comment, tag who you would love to win this bag. We've got 2 to give away this episode, and you've got a week to enter. So next week, immediately after next week's episode, there will be the winners announced on Instagram. What we do is we collect all of the names of the taggy people together, and we bundle them all up, pick them out at random, and 2 people will win the bag. I can't believe we forgot.
You can go and have your birthday now.
Okay, thanks. I actually need a birthday wee now
Good to
because
know.
of all the
Okay,
tea.
well, I'll take the bag. Bye.